Audit Corner. Every weekend I'm in my kitchen and I have you with me while I have my morning breakfast. And of course, our youth that just gotten out of Scientology really want to know how to cook for themselves. So that's what you're going to do. Everybody that got out of the cult, that includes Scientology, you're getting your aids from the Aftermath Foundation, MJR Aftermath Foundation, and the SPTV Foundation. They are going to aid you with whatever you need, including monetary, a roof over your head, giving you more clothes on your back because sometimes you had a hard time leaving and you end up leaving your clothes behind and using a set of wheels. But the only thing is, you need to put food on your table. And that's where I come in. I'm going to give you recipes that will help you in that aid. So let's get started. All right. We are going to make focaccia bread. And of course, we have to wait for it to rise. So I'm going to come back tonight and we're going to bake it. I'm going to see what else I can find. So, and since it's only going to take us about, how long? 20 minutes? We're also going to make chocolate chip pancakes. Of course, is it good for somebody my age? No, not all the time. So guess what? We're also going to make chocolate chip pancakes. Oh, I just mentioned it. So we're going to start with a lukewarm water, and it's cup and a half. Go. One. We're going to let it soak a bit. While it's soaking, I'm going to put all the dried ingredients together, and then I'm going to pour it in. Okay. We're going to add 4 cups of flour, but this doesn't really look like 4 cups, so I think we're going to run out. If I do, I got more flour. So 4 cups and 1 quart of flour. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Okay. I think this might be the half. So let me see. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay. And 1/4. Okay. And then 1/4 of flour. Oh, yeah. Still going to need that for the pancakes. So let's do it. Okay, so we're going to blend everything together as we go along. We're going to add a half a cup of sugar. All right, so no, that's a teaspoon. Okay, we're going to blend this in. Come up with another animal rights story. situation on Laura and Fox. Fox is a dog, and as I mentioned yesterday, she was abused. And did Laura do it? I don't think she did, even though I don't know her as well. But it doesn't, no, I don't think she could possibly hurt a dog, my opinion. I don't know her well. So I'm going to see the situation on that. A teaspoon of salt. Where is that thing? Okay, it should be a teaspoon. Okay. Now, if your doctor doesn't want you to have salt, then don't bother with it, because okay. And then we're going to add 2.5 teaspoons of olive oil. Now I think we put the olive oil on the pan so it doesn't stick, of course. All right, and then we got our topping. It's almost time to put the yeast in. Of course, the yeast was sticking. The yeast is soaking up a bit. All right. So now we're going to stick in the water. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. We blended it together. All right, I don't want this popping onto my chrome. All right, and I think I'm going to use them as an animal rights store, but you know what? I don't know the full details, so eventually I'll bring you that to see what happened with her condition. And it's going to look like I'm going to bring you another Mafia versus Scientology. I think it's going to be an animal rights thing. Am I putting myself in danger right now? I might. And then again, they don't know where I live. So, okay. All right. I'm going to use this. All right. Now I'm going to blend this with my hands, because we don't no longer need the whisk, but I'm going to use it for the chocolate chip pancakes. And now, should I do an animal rights story with Mafia versus Scientology, dealing with animal rights issues? Maybe, because the mob treats everything differently than Scientology. Now, even though they get caught a lot quicker, then yeah, we're going to have to wonder what's going on. But you know what? They do this because they're infiltrating the government, and they want them to look the other direction. Of course, there are corrupt politicians in there somewhere. Are they all the same? I don't think so. But at the moment, I don't know why Donald Trump is a cult. He did all the rotten things while in office from 2020 to 2014, I think it was. And he did all the wrong things. Doesn't have any experience in politics, and he just jumped to the head of the line. So, yeah, he is also a cult. And he keeps bullying other countries. Now, he's making us look very bad. So, and this is the second time he's elected. Last time, Joe Biden won over him. But then almost every American, I am not taking any credit for that junk. So, and he is embarrassing this country. And he's making us look bad in front of all our allies. And then we're gonna let this thing rise after we're done blending it up. Unbelievable. Now, is Scientology gonna lose their tax exempt status while he's in office? I don't think so. No way. Because now he knows he's going to get something out of it. He's going to get money out of this whole deal if he looks the other direction. And I think Miscavige knows that. So, and people think that all the money is going into charity. No. 95% of it goes into David Miscavige's pocket. Yes, they do put some of it in charitable organization, but 95% of it goes into David Miscavige's pocket. And of course, he keeps slave labor. And of course, Tom Cruise is the beneficiary of that slave labor. And all the money that he makes off his movies, he puts $1 million into that slave labor. So, is he on his way out the door? That reason? Yeah, that's one of the reasons. But of course, he's getting older. Did I put a little bit too much in? You know what? Maybe. But they say errors bring in more views. So that's I'm making more errors. But I think this will turn out because I am going to let it rise. Now, of course, you all know focaccia is an Italian bread. Am I Italian? No. Is it authentic? Oh, no. Then again, I'm not Italian. So, all right. We're going to blend this. Okay. Do I think Scientology had anything to do with spilling the beans with the copyright? Yeah. Well, yes and no. So, yeah, I made a huge mistake. Now, I had no intention of playing music in the background, but it accidentally happened. So I'm going to keep an eye on that in the future if I end up losing my internet connection in the future. All righty. And tell your friends about my channel. Oh my gosh. Now, should I put more lukewarm water in there? It's crinkling apart. Yes, it is. But okay. All right, here we go. Lukewarm water. We'll add 1/4 of it. Let's see how it turns out. All righty. Okay, there. All righty, here we go. Now later I'm going to put rosemary, garlic, and should I put cheese? No. Okay. Now, it has to be warm water that's going into your dough. It cannot be cold water because it won't rise if it's cold. So, okay, that doesn't happen. I'll make a directory of my own and I'll get some help. All right, it's going together. Did I have a little bit too much starch this weekend? Yes. But guess what? During the week, I will eat my vegetables. All right. And then later, after it rises, we will bake it. And I'll come back later on at 4 o'clock, 4:30. Now, is it going to work? I hope so. I'm going to keep kneading it and kneading it and kneading it. Now, then after we're going to let this sit, and then I'll make the chocolate chip pancakes, and then next week I might make apple pancakes. Okay. Now, am I going to bring different recipes? I am going to try my best, but I'm running out of recipes, so all righty. All right. And I'm going to try and work on all my tasks today. Now, do I make all my own bread recipes? I'm starting to. So, I'm kneading this one to death, let me tell you. Now, later on, yeah, I repeated myself. Too often not. Okay. Did I at first go along with Scientology in actually being a religion? Yeah. But however, truth started coming right out about their abusive practices on children, animals, and the elderly. Of course, everybody else doesn't deserve that kind of treatment either. And I say everybody has a right to religion, but once you start hurting people and animals, that's it. It goes out the window with me. You can practice any religion you want as long as you don't hurt people. What's the church stance in other religions? They think they're the only religion. They want everybody to come to their churches. Okay, you got a right to do that. But however, I'm not trying to cram any religion down anybody's throat. But there wasn't supposed to be any churches or houses dealing with God because Jesus is against it. And the reason why they have churches today is because they went against Jesus's suggestions. So there was not really supposed to be a church. We are supposed to be at home praying and going outside and praying. That's what Jesus wanted in the first place. All right. This is really, really, really crusty. Now, I'll need this again later. Oh boy, I'm getting so hungry. So we're gonna start on our pancakes. We're gonna take 2.5 cups of flour. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm really getting starchy this weekend. Okay. And a half. I'm going to have different kinds of recipes. All right. And this is, yeah. I'm going to put this half in. Yeah, we're going to put this half in. Yeah, we'll just put this in. Now, am I going to toss this in the recycle? Yes. Always recycle every day. No, not really. Usually I have fruit in the morning. All right. Here we go. Mix it in. And then we got, okay, 3 tablespoons baking powder. And 3. Of course, this is vegan, so there is no eggs. And yes, this you can pour into a pan. You add 2.5 cups of non-dairy milk. Alrighty. And I'm going to get this spatula and then mix it around. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup. It looks like I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. And this is yesterday's potatoes au gratin. Doesn't that look great? All right. Okay. Now, I did do blueberry pancakes once, but I'm going to try chocolate chip. Now, this is an excellent breakfast for a child. Now, can an adult have it? When they're getting on in age, no. But they can have it every once in a while if nobody has diet. Now, no, okay. Now, I'll put this away because guess what? It'll be easy if we chop it up and. All right. And then I'm going to put 1/2 of it in. Now, actually, oh boy. Just a little more. All right. All right. And now this time around, I don't think I'm going to put vanilla in. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to chop it up. Now let's Needs a little more. A little more. Okay. All right. Okay, you know what? That should do it. Alrighty, there we go. It's all chopped up. I'm going to pour this in. There. Okay. Okay. Scientology has a celebrity following. Okay. Now, and why? They use celebrities to actually draw people in. And of course, you know how many. Okay. Now we're going to turn on the heat. All right. Gonna need more cooking spray. All right. So I need a. Now, I always come back. Okay. I'm always coming back with different kinds of pancakes. Now, next week, maybe I'll bring you apple pancakes. All right. So, let's see here. So hard not to bring up the same stories each and every time. All right. So there we go. Okay. Now, okay. What else is there? All right. What kind of Scientology versus the mafia should I do? Last time it was treatment of children. Now, what does it come to when it's a treatment of animals? Now, yeah, this pancake is pretty big. So that equals up to 2. So I'm probably going to have maybe a couple. So I got my real maple syrup. Now, store brand costs $15. And the one that isn't store brand costs $17. Now, it's going to depend on what company it is and what farm it came out of. So it's really going to depend. Are we better off with the pancake syrup? Well, I don't know, because guess what? They took out all the bad and took out all of the good stuff that was in there and put in mostly bad stuff. And maple syrup is supposed to have a thin texture. So pours on a little thick. It has like a thick consistency. All right. Now I'm going to turn it on a little bit high. And we've been on almost for 1 hour. And I've got a lot of catching up to do with my editing. So, because, yeah, I need a little bit of help. So how many crew members am I going to have? I would say about maybe 3 or 4. Now, they're going to be an all-women ensemble. And I want to give more women the opportunity to get into film. And course, if I don't get on the directory, I'm going to see what I can do to make my own. So here we are. We've got the chocolate chip pancakes going. Okay, it's smoking. So it's ready to flip over. Okay, I'm going to turn. Okay. Now let's see the other side of this. Let's see. All right, there it is. So it's a little burnt, but okay. Now I'm going to put a little bit more cooking spray on this. Now make sure it's away from your flames when you do this. All right, now what else is going on? Now, Tom Cruise was supposed to be the spokesperson for Scientology, but guess what? That whole thing didn't work out because guess what? It backfired on them. So he's keeping his mouth shut now because it's supposed to be a secret society. But however, guess what? They really stink at keeping a secret. Oh my gosh. Okay. What else is going on? Let's see. Now, Children of God is just as dangerous as Scientology. Okay, yes, they probably do talk about Jesus, but however, okay, here we go. But however, they probably thought in their mind, because since they were talking about Jesus, that they think it's not a cult, which guess what? It is. Now, I don't know how bad the control mechanism is with them, but yeah, they're just as worse as Scientology and other cults. So, and you all know anyone can start a cult. And of course, you know, okay, here we go. Flip it over. So I did turn it down a bit. But is this still edible? Yes, but it has to have like a brown color in it. Not a little dark, but it's still edible. So, yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna have maybe one of them. I'm not gonna have both. So, what am I gonna have later? I might possibly have a salad. So we can't be full of junk food, even though you can do it. You can splurge every once in a while. Me, I do it every weekend, but there's only a certain amount that I actually eat. So, all right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Now, how good is it going to be? We will find out. So, I'm making different kinds of pancakes. Of course, we can't go with the same plain one. Or yeah, I am trying to come up with more recipes. Now, next weekend, I will have an Armenian vegan meat bread or pizza, because basically pizza with a crust is really breaded up. So, okay. There we go. Okay. It did rip apart just a little bit. So, are we perfect at cooking? I don't think so. Not everybody's perfect. Now, my cooking's okay. But guess what? We're gonna have to eventually eat. So yes, we are gonna do some cooking. with me during the week, I usually have my vegetables and salads. So. Now, as a vegan, I really don't get sick that often. The last time I was sick was about 2 years ago. That was the last time I was sick. So, yeah, I don't get sick that often. Oh, my goodness. And I did turn it down, so what is going on here? So, oh, is Jenna better cook than I am? Possibly. I mean, somebody's going to be better at you than, at something. And I think she is the Martha Stewart of this form of Scientology world, and I know I mentioned it. So, this is so funny. Now, okay, I'm going to put those away. So, all right, let's see here. All right, there we go. It fell apart a little bit, but okay. So we're going to put, oh, yeah, I need more cooking spray, so. Okay, I'm going to grab a spoon and then spoon it out. All right. Okay. All righty. Okay. Now, am I getting stalked by Scientology? No, because guess what? They don't know where I live. Am I prepared just in case? Yes. So I'm also not going to risk them following me home either. Now, I'm not going to eat all of it, but this would equal up to about 4. So that goes in the freezer. Now, okay, this has to brown up a little more. All right. What is it turning into? Let's see here. Okay. Almost there. Now, it's great when you have kids around. But does it keep them calm? No. Usually sugar has you bouncing off the walls, and they're no different. Just don't give them coffee. All righty. Okay. Just a little bit more. And then we got it. And then later on, I'll be coming back today, and I'm going to put my focaccias in the oven after it rises up. I think. So we're going to have to wait and see. And plus, it's a flatbread anyway, so. All right. Now, am I supposed to put the 2 tablespoons in now? I probably think so. But don't put any other oil in. Put olive oil. So, and when you use olive oil, please remember to wipe it off before going to the sink because it clogs up your sink. So, all right. I am trying to put my vases on eBay. So you know, I'm an artist. Am I going to put my other work on there? Yes, I have about 152 pieces. So, and I sold a couple to Magnolia Clubhouse, but as you know, they don't have a shop anymore. So what did they do with all their paintings that came from the artist? You know what? All right, now we're going to flip it over. There. And then that'll be the end of it. And am I going to be promoting the food processor from Ninja at the moment? No. But my traffic has to pick up. So please tell a friend. Okay. Now, what else is Scientology and other cults up to? I don't know. So far, Aaron went on Melissa and Sam's show. They were in the Mormon religion, of course. And, of course, something. She was also in Mormonism. I mean, she has this long, pretty dark hair. So, all right. So, does she have any kids? I would probably think so. So, what else is going on? Let me think. Okay, what happened on Friday with the protests in Clearwater? You know what? I don't know. That is just so weird. Yeah. Now, I hope you enjoyed the countdown to your favorite Scientology awareness video. And I try to use 30 seconds of each footage, but of course, you know what happened. It just fell through. I don't know what on earth happened. So I pretty much had to cut out that. So, all right, but I will bring it to you next year. And hopefully I made a big, huge improvement. So I probably will have a crew. Not only I'm going to have a crew, I'm going to run into a Scientologist. I don't really know. Maybe not. I don't know. But, you know, according to Aaron, there's only 26 members worldwide. Now, I looked it up on the Census Bureau, and they say 20,000 to 55,000. That's what I got from the census. But you know what? He's probably right, because guess what? You're mostly likely to run into a Jehovah's Witness than a Scientologist. So their numbers are going down. So, all right, let's see here. All right, this looks done. Let's see here. Yeah, it's done. Now, this equals up to 4 pancakes. So, that'll do us for today, and we're at 1 hour and 18 minutes in. So, buy me a coffee, or you can just as easily go to my PayPal, and it's down below, and you can donate to that channel. And you can also donate your money to the SPTV Foundation and the Aftermath Foundation. Their link is also down below. And if you need representation, there's a link to a law firm down below. Now, if you can't afford one, they might go pro bono. meaning you don't have to pay for anything. So, or you can go to legal aid in your state. Now, Scientology, as you know, has an organ in a major city here in the United States. And they have also orgs out of this country. So, all right. And you know what I do at the end? You want to watch more cooking videos besides me telling a story? Go to the footage on my left-hand side. Click on that and you'll get more recipes or more stories. So hit the like, press subscribe, and I'll see you, let's see, Wednesday or Thursday, one of those 2 days. So hit the like and press subscribe. Bye. Oh, yeah. And as I said, I'll be back later with putting my bread in the oven. So I'll see you then. And I might bring you more stories because I don't want my channel to be dull. So remember, click on the channel right next to right in my left-hand screen, even though this is a live show at the moment. And then hit the like, press subscribe, and I'll see you later tonight at 4:40